welcome to Emma Salisbury Flowers School, the Spotlight interview. And first of all, we've got Michele from Highfield Blooms.
Hello.
And you are our first one.
Oh.
So welcome and thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
First things first, we're just going to jump straight into it. Can you just give us a little bit of background about you and your business?
Yeah, I've been a florist for about 20 years, but I worked in a sort of little local shop to me for sort of, 17 of that. They were a lovely couple. In the beginning, they sort of really pushed us. We did competitions and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And then I think as the business was sort of slowing down and they were sort of nearing retirement age, things sort of started to just plod on. So we went in, we did our day, and then we went home. Yeah. And for sort of a long while that suited me. It then changed hands when they sold it, and it really didn't work for me. So my husband was like, right, you need to shut up moaning about it and do something about it. So I did, I left and started up on my own, and obviously very different because although I've been doing floristry a long while, I hadn't done the ordering. I'd just gone in, done my bit and gone home.
Yeah.
So then I joined your course to sort of push me that little bit more, and that sort of covered the areas that I was just really unsure with. And now, I'm doing on my own. My husband's built me a big workshop in the garden.
Your
which
workshop
is really
is
lovely. He's done a really good job. Yeah, it's like a little mini house. And I'm just sort of building up my weddings now.
Yeah.
Found it hard to do a few things that we sort of spoke about, but they are now coming a bit easier. And yeah, it's going good.
So do you predominantly do weddings?
Weddings and funerals. Yeah. I was at first listing my funerals on my Instagram page with my wedding work until I spoke to you. Now that goes on Pinterest, so that's sort of kept separate. Yeah. I do enjoy that as well, but I like to do different things. I don't like to do just sort of the run of the mill. But weddings and funerals predominantly.
Yeah. And do you have what's your style?
A very romantic, I think. Yeah, quite romantic. I mean, I love so many different styles, but I would probably, if I had to pinpoint it, I would say it is the sort of big, blousy roses, the peonies, the soft, romantic and big.
Yes.
I like to do big.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I love the big blooms and statements.
Definitely.
And it's like when you walk into a room and it's not just the flowers, it's the smell, it's everything.
Oh, absolutely.
About
Yeah.
So you've been doing this yourself now for quite a long time, and you have your workshop as well. So what would you say is the best part about working for yourself and having your own business?
I think you can go with your ideas. Obviously, when you work for someone else, although you're doing the flowers, ultimately, they're putting the flowers in front of you because that's what they've chosen for that wedding. They've spoken to the bride and groom, so they know what they want. So they're sort of telling you, and you're doing the arrangement, but it's all somebody else's idea. So I like meeting the bride and groom occasionally. They don't come very often, but and chatting with them, getting to know them, their styles and everything. I just love seeing it from that very beginning to the minute you hand over her bouquet, and she's like, "Oh my God, I love it." It really makes me happy, and it's nice. My workshop's at the bottom of the garden, so I can sort of fit it in around me a lot more. But it is that fact of that it's all me and it's all my ideas and it's all my work.
Yeah, it's really inspirational to yourself, I think, isn't it?
Definitely.
And it's just like, look at how you started off and to where you are now is brilliant. And you can see your own journey and the fact that you created that. It's great.
No, I do. I love it. Probably should have done it years ago, but there you are. Done it now,
right
so
now.
Done it now.
Exactly.
And I definitely enjoy that side of it. And when you get sort of the thank you from them afterwards, saying, "Oh, you absolutely made our day," and that's just such a nice feeling. And I think even after all these years of doing floristry, I'm sort of getting re-excited, if you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
I'd plodded on for quite a while. Now doing it for myself and sort of watching, joining you and that sort of thing, it's just re-excited me about it all. So.
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's good to
good.
hear. So I think with me, there's that one aspect of when I deliver the bridal bouquet, I'm always nervous, and that will never go away. Is there anything like that that you think that you've either overcome or you think will be there forever?
I think it'll be there forever.
Yeah.
That moment where you just hope that you've got it right. You hope that you've got her vision, and you think, I'm sure this is what she got in her head. But until that minute that she sees it, you just don't know. And
it's like
the
everything flows from that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Once you've done that and she's seen it, and she's like, oh my God, I love it, thank you. You're like, because you know that the rest of it she's going to love them.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's her
That's the
bouquet.
biggest. Yes, I feel like that as well.
And you can go on then, and you're just that bit more relaxed. But that I don't think will ever go. I think you can do it for years and years and years, and you will. I think you should always have that anyway, because I think if you don't,
I think you get too relaxed,
too complacent, wouldn't you?
I think so.
Yeah, that will never go. Nervous. Yeah.
What's your favourite part about the wedding?
When it's all done and set up, and I'm like, right, my job here is done. I can go home. It looks lovely. There've been no disasters, and I can look at it and think, yeah, I'm pleased with that.
Yeah.
I've done a good job.
Yeah.
And then leave them to have their day.
Yeah. What's the worst part, do you think? Which parts do you not like about being a florist?
Cleaning all the buckets.
Or being a business entrepreneur. I suppose that's two different things,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, the floristry side of it, it's the cleaning of the buckets, the cutting that we all do, don't we, the lugging about. The other side of it I've struggled with is just anything that isn't the flower side of it, the social media, the quotes, anything on the computer, I've really, really struggled with. I am getting better. A lot of what I've done with you has sort of pushed me through that as well. But yeah, I would definitely say that's what I've found hardest. All that side, your Instagram, and it's all up over my head.
So which bit would you say that you've struggled with the most, that since over the last couple of months from working together, which bit would you say that you've managed to work hardest on, and that you've been able to come out the other side and say, so like the Instagram with the quotes, or the
the Instagram, I think I am getting my head around that now. I'm trying to do it every day, you know, even if it's just on my story and a little thing just to keep it going. So I am sort of not mastering it, but I definitely feel more comfortable with that. The quote side of it is still a little bit, you know, but I'm definitely getting there. So once I get my template on there, so it's all there, I'll be a lot better. But I mean, from the days of when I first spoke to you, I was literally putting bride's bouquet ... and the price. So I've moved on a long way from that, but not quite where I want to be with it yet, but I am definitely getting there. So.
Well, that's really good, because I think with anything, when we're doing things like this, we're always looking to be better at what we're doing anyway, so I think you'll always feel like that. I always do anyway. I'll get to a point where, I mean, I look at my proposals when I first used to send them out, and they were on an Excel version, and I used to save them down in a PDF, and they're terrible.
I don't even do that.
It
was just an email. Here's your quote, bride's bouquet ... and the price, and it went down like that, and that was it.
So do you think your bookings or the conversion rate has gone up since you've started doing it?
I mean, I'm getting more brides, and I'm getting sort of a different quality, I think, of wedding being booked in. I've definitely upped that. Which again was something I found quite hard to begin with, but absolutely 100%, and I quote you all the time when I'm sort of talking to my husband, like you were saying the thing, if you put in, say, a jam jar wedding out there, you're going to get a bride that wants a jam jar wedding, and that, 100% that, and I'm sort of tried to move away from that, and that's definitely helping. Because
it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy, but and especially if you've got friends that are telling people, "Oh, go to Michelle, she'll do it," and they're coming, you sort of feel like obliged to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay then. And there are still a lot of people that want jam jar weddings.
Yeah.
But it is, trying to move away from that and putting out there the type of wedding that you want
Yes.
to come to you. You've got to put it out there so that they can almost see that,
Yeah,
you can
definitely.
do that.
And it's been having the confidence to be able to
Yeah.
say, that's great, but have you thought about this,
Yeah.
this and this?
Yeah, that is another thing, just sort of trying, because especially obviously Pinterest, it's good for a lot of things, but it then doesn't allow you to sort of be particularly creative, because they're just saying, "Oh, I've seen this on Pinterest, I want this."
Yeah.
And that again is something else that is taken time, but just saying to them, "Well, it's lovely, you know, what about you could do that?" And putting that idea in their head, because a lot of people they're just so visual, they have to see it to know what they want. So unless you can show them something else and say, "Oh, I think that would work really well," they do find it hard. They just see that picture, that's what I want, and go with that.
Yeah.
So that's quite hard.
Draw pictures and
little scribbles. But
so
definitely.
when you have, because I mean I get this all of the time, when you get kind of, they call it writer's block, or you can't, flower block, what do you do for inspiration to get you back into feeling creative again?
I mean, I'm quite sort of, I suppose, a visual person. I like to sort of walk round and see things, think, "Oh yeah, that would go with that. Oh my God, that would be brilliant with that." So, I mean, I'll do that. I mean, I will go walking about. I'll go around the flower markets and sort of have a look and, just sort of try and get me inspiration going from there.
Yeah.
I mean, I do sort of look online, that sort of thing, sort of give you a bit of idea, but then you can go somewhere else with that. You're not just doing what that is. It's just like, "Oh, actually, that's given me an idea of something else," and go with that. But
Do you have any other, because I found this, that because floristry was my creative outlet and then it turned into a job, I really struggled with having a creative outlet after then. Do you have anything else that...
I like interior design, so I like sort of decorating my house, changing that all around. I'm not very good at drawing or anything like that, so it's nothing like that. So I'd probably say it is that sort of interior design.
I think that goes hand in hand with the flowers as well.
Yeah, because I think when you're setting up a wedding, it can quite often become a lot more than just the flowers.
Yeah, definitely.
So I do work with another lady, and we do sort of a lot of wedding setup as such, not just the flowers, but a lot more to that. So we do that, which is, it's creating that whole look to it.
Because it's like looking at each individual venue separately, and instead of going, let's just take a ball of flowers and put them in here, it's like, what can you do within the venue?
Definitely.
So I bet your clients love that then.
Yeah, most of them. I mean, you get the ones that they've just got it in their head, they've seen that on Pinterest, that's what they want, and that's it. But I am definitely getting ones that are keen to sort of go with what.
I suppose that goes down to what I'm always banging on about, ideal clients.
Oh, absolutely, I still need more of those, but they are coming. So we are getting there. Definitely, ideal client is, we all want those, don't we?
Yes, definitely. And I'm assuming you get this question asked all the time, but what's your favourite flower?
That's a really hard one. I'm going to have to go with, if I was really pushed on it, I think a peony. Yeah. I better say that because my husband's had it tattooed on his arm. That was mine. He had sort of a one with all little different bits, and he wouldn't have my name or anything. I was like, "Can't have Mish." He was like, "No." So he had the peony for me, so I better say that, and I guess I'll be in trouble. But peony.
Why is a peony?
I just love the look of it. I love the blousiness. I love the colours. I love how you can get peonies that start off one colour and actually end up another. They're just beautiful. I mean, I've got lots of flowers that I love. I love the garden roses, stunning. But I think if I had to really pin it down, I'd have to go with a peony. Yeah.
One of my favourites as well. you, like you say, you've left kind of not a corporate job but working for somebody else, and you're now set up on your own. Do you have how you see yourself in the next couple of years, or how you want to grow your business? Or I mean, you've done an awful lot already.
I'd love to be able to sort of do enough that I could pay somebody to come in and actually help me with the wedding, you know, so that I know that I've got enough to cover them. I'd love to do Chelsea and get a Chelsea Gold. That's something that's in my head. But yeah, I'd like to just do enough of a year that I, you know, a couple of big weddings a month, but big weddings. And have people working for me, you know, people that I know and sort of I love their work as well. So that's my aim, I think.
It's always good. I mean, we've spoken about this at length, about setting goals. So you can strive to meet those goals and then also look back at what you've achieved as well.
And I think if you don't set goals, you don't like push yourself out of your comfort zone. Like I've been last week, I've sort of messaged a few wedding planners, and I found that quite hard. Because you're sort of putting yourself out there. You think, well, they're either just not going to answer me, or they're perhaps going to have a look at my site and think, no, you're not. You know, it's just not something that I would have done before. But again, sort of, you know, doing your course and working through that. But I did find that quite hard. But I think if I have not set goals, I wouldn't push myself to do that. I'd just
bumble along.
I am definitely. You do have to, and I think because there are so many people doing it now, if you don't push yourself and get out of your comfort zone and do all these other things, you're not, you won't get there. You will just be, which is fine if that's what you want, but yeah, you have got to push it nowadays, definitely.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
So what's your inspiration? I know that you said that you've got kind of interiors and things like that, but is there anyone that, or anything that helps you?
I mean, I love, you know, as I said before, I will sort of go out for a walk. That always inspires me. And just sort of wanting to do, I suppose, bigger and better than I've done before. Sort of the next one, I want to write, okay, that worked well with that, but if I did that, that would be really, really good.
So you've got your ideal client. What matches your ideal client? Is there any venues that you've worked at and you're like, that is everything, I love that venue?
I love the Woburn Sculpture Gallery, which is not far from me, and I have done a wedding there, and I just love it. It's stunning. I mean, I like the barns, but I think for me, sort of the stately home look, I don't know, it's just more me. I like that. So definitely the Woburn Sculpture Gallery, that is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. It's just huge and ornate and love it.
So that's on the list to work for?
I've done one wedding there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I would, that's the one that I would love to go in and just cover it in flowers. So that's on my list.
So that's on the goals.
Definitely.
Good.
Definitely.
So do you have any advice for any other florists who would like to maybe leave behind the working for somebody else, whether that be in corporate or whether it be in the floristry world, to setting up on their own? What would you say is your words of wisdom?
I'd say do it. Definitely do it. Go for it. They need to look at the areas, I suppose, that they're least comfortable with. And if you have to get help with them, then get help. Because until you get sort of that groundwork in, so like with me, if it is the computer side of things, then, you know, get somebody to do that for you, and enrol on a course, you know, with you or with someone else, whatever it is they're looking to do, because that's a massive help. And, you know, get to know people, sort of, if networking, that sort of thing. Because again, I think that's really important. The more people you can know within the industry is a big thing as well.
I think so.
but I would say do it.
Yeah.
I would say do it.
Yeah. It took me ages to take that leap. And one thing that I found is when I was in the corporate world, I was very much, if someone came up to me and asked for something that wasn't part of my job description, I had no qualms in telling them that.
Yeah.
Now I work for myself and I have my own business. I feel like I can do everything, or I did at the time. And you don't have time, or you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the expertise. And I think, like you say, that you either outsource or you get more knowledge in those areas, because how on earth are you supposed to know everything or have the time?
I don't, until you sort of start doing it. And like with the branding and that, I would say as well, I probably rushed mine a little bit. And I don't mind it, I still quite like it at the moment. But again, that is something that sort of in the quite near future I would like to change. And I don't think I probably thought about it enough. So I would say once you're starting up, think, right, whatever I do now for my branding, I want to last the next however many years. So you really do have to put quite a bit of thought into that, which I probably didn't, but
you can always tweak it.
But it's easy to do it from the word go. So that's definitely a bit of advice. Really think about your branding and what look you want, and are you going to be happy with that for the next however many years?
So within the wedding industry, a lot of people have been talking about how 2019 has been a funny year and how it's all going to happen in 2020. Have you been feeling that too? Have you been
a little bit. I'm definitely getting sort of quite a lot of inquiries for next year. This year's not been too bad. It's still built a bit from last year, but it's not obviously where I want it to be. So I think, but I have heard a lot of people saying that they just want to say they're getting married in 2020, don't they?
So crazy.
But so it's looking like a busier year for me already next year. So
And what in the near future, what have you got coming up that you're really excited about?
I've got a wedding this weekend, but I've got a really big one in, I think it's about 3 weeks' time, and she's having a big installation that we sort of walked around her venue and sort of discussed together. She's a lovely, lovely bride. So I'm really excited about that, because that's my first real big installation, so that's going to be good. And then I've got a photo shoot, I think it's about 3 weeks after that. And again, I'm really excited for that, because I think you just get to show you how far you can go then, don't you? And sort of really take your ideas. So
I love a good photo shoot.
I'm really looking forward to that as well. So that's exciting.
Good.
Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you for being the first one. And no doubt we'll have you back again very soon to see if you have, which I'm sure you will have, smashed all of your goals and what your new goals will be. I mean, you've achieved so much in such a short space of time already, so I'm excited to see how the next year pans out for you.
Thank you.